Welcome back to Conzia's educational YouTube series, your go-to resource for learning the best dropshipping apps and automations to help scale your Shopify store step by step. My name is Ashley, and today I'm walking you through how to integrate Kudosi, formerly known as Ali Reviews, onto your Shopify store. So let's get started. Okay, so first we're going to get into what is this app and why might it be important for you to have on your Shopify store. So Kudosi is a powerful product review and social proof app designed specifically for Shopify store owners. Key features include importing reviews from platforms like AliExpress and Amazon, fully customizable review widgets, and even automated review collection through email, SMS, or even QR codes. So having customer reviews on your store builds trust, boosts conversions, and increases customer confidence. This is especially important for new stores without a strong brand presence yet. So this app is especially useful for niches like fashion, tech accessories, home decor, beauty, or really any store where seeing real customer feedback can influence a purchase. All right, so starting from our Shopify dashboard, we're gonna go ahead up into the search bar here. Go ahead and click on apps, and we'll type in Kudosi. Okay. All right, it's this black and orange icon here, so we're just gonna click that. So now we are in the Shopify App Store on the app's installation page. So here you can see all of the key features here as well as their pricing plan, and thankfully they do have a free option there. You can also check out some reviews here too. All right, go ahead and click install. All right, and this next page you'll come to is the permissions page. So this will show you everything that this app will have access to inside your Shopify store. So I do recommend going through all of this, making sure everything looks okay to you. And if it does, just click install again. I don't care. Is this something? No. So I'm just going to cover that up. Okay, so you'll be welcomed into their page here. We're going to click on Get Started. The next page it'll take you to are all of their plans here. We're just going to get started with the free plan for this tutorial. Okay, so in this section here, you're going to customize the review widget. So this is what the customer will actually see on your page here, and you can also see what it would look like on a mobile device too. So you can also change the star rating icon here, and then down here you can also choose the layout of the reviews. So they have it as a list here. You can also have it as a grid. That looks a little too busy in my opinion, so let's just go with slider. And we'll click next. Okay, so you're going to select a store theme. This will pull up all of the themes that you have in your Shopify store. And then you're also going to select which page to add that review box on. So I'm going to pick my product pages, and we'll click add review box. So this is actually going to take you into Shopify's store editor. So it's going to automatically put it at the bottom of your store. Of course, if you want to move this anywhere, you can actually just drag and drop it. I'm just going to keep mine here and just be sure to click save. All right, so now it's there. We can actually just exit out of this tab. All right, and you can see that updated here. So we're going to click finish. All right, so the next page you'll be taken to is this page here where you're going to be able to go to the dashboard, or you can start importing reviews right away. I'm just going to go to the dashboard so I can kind of show you what that looks like here. All right, so you can see the first thing they want us to do here is to enable core snippet. So I'll show you how to do that in a second. They also do have a 5-step setup guide. So importing reviews, collecting reviews, and we'll go through each and every one of those. You can also monitor some analytics, so like reviews collected, emails sent, reviews published, average ratings, that kind of thing, as well as some new things on the app to try out. So let's go ahead and enable this really quick. So it's going to bring you back into your Shopify store editor, and all it did was just turn this on. So we're just going to click save up here. All right, and again, you can just exit out of this, and let's refresh this page. All right, so you can see one of the 5 is completed now to enable that core snippet. So let's go ahead and get started importing reviews. So here in this section, you can see that they actually offer a couple different options. So you can grab reviews from Amazon, AliExpress, eBay, Etsy, DSers, Temu, that kind of thing. You can also bulk import from AliExpress with AI. You can also import from other review apps too. So maybe you have Judge Me or Luke's. And you can also import by Kudosi templates. So if you have a CSV, maybe you have a Google Sheets that you're working on, you can import it here. So I'm going to get my reviews from AliExpress. So for any of these options here, you will need to install this Kudosi extension here. So we're going to do that. We'll add it to Chrome. Okay, add extension. Okay, so back on this page, you can see that it's updated. It knows we've installed that Chrome extension. So let's choose a product on my store to find reviews for. All right, so for example, if I want to find reviews for my headphones that I'm selling here, what we're gonna do is go to AliExpress, and you can search by image. You can search by, of course, the title of the product. I'm gonna search by image just because I find this a little easier to filter through all of the options here. Okay, so now we have all of these options that we can look through. We really have to make sure that we find an extremely similar product. You definitely don't want to accidentally, for example, have reviews on your product page of a variant or a color that you don't even have on your store. This could greatly discredit you, so be sure to choose an extremely similar product. So once you find a product with good reviews, so now we're going to actually use this Chrome extension here. So go ahead and click on that, and we're just going to click on the product that we want to import these reviews for. So I put in my wireless Bluetooth headset, and we're going to click Scan Reviews. All right, so here it found 64 reviews. So what we're going to do is we're going to filter these. Or actually, never mind, sorry. So what we're going to do, just go ahead and go through all of these individually. Unfortunately, it is kind of manual in that way. You can filter these as well, like must have photos, must have text. I don't need it to have photos because frankly, the more photos that are there, the more likely it is to have a review that's, not my actual product, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to delete all of the bad reviews here. All right, and once you have all of the reviews, again, be sure to check the ones that have images, because if you don't have the specific variant, that could discredit your store, like I said. So we're just going to click Import 48 Reviews. Okay, now we're going to click Publish All Reviews, and this will take a second. It's giving us this pop-up that says here that we can publish 10 reviews with the free plan, but we'll have to upgrade our plan if we want all 48 published. So for now, I'm just going to click Publish 10 Reviews. Okay, it could scan for more or not. Now in the import review section, I do want to point out the customized settings. So here you can set up an AI translation. You can also choose whether or not to show the full customer name. So feel free to leave that however you want. It's really just by preference. So here they have a couple defaults. So you can see some swear words in here. Product isn't sent, product wasn't received, that kind of thing. All right, so now in this collect review section here, you're able to see that this is the first thing. Oh my God. So the first little notification you'll see here is to activate email request. All right, perfect. That's already activated for us. Now in auto request, you have review request email, email template, and a block list. So let's go to review request email. So I'm keeping my auto schedule requests on, meaning I don't have to manually email my customers for a review. Okay, now here's where you actually schedule the email. Now you can also customize timing triggers for specific countries. So this is really useful if you're internationally shipping, and there might be, different time delays or different shipping delays for the specific country. So I definitely recommend adding that email schedule here. All right, now if you upgrade, you can also use this reminder email option. So you can choose to send out another email asking for a review maybe 7 days after the first email you sent. And I do want to mention that this app actually does not allow contacting each customer more than 2 emails per day with a total of 5 emails per month. All right, and at the bottom here, we're going to customize the email template. So here you'll be able to choose the layout, design, content, that kind of thing. I do highly recommend going through the email content and adjusting this to your brand, of course. So we're going to click on customize here. So the first thing you'll see here is the template. So here you can actually customize what the email will look like. The next tab down here, you'll see the design. So you can enter your store logo here as well. Make it bigger or smaller right here. Okay, here you can also add a banner image. I'm just gonna keep this one for the video. And again, you can actually change the color of, for example, this is changing the color of the stars. So it's changing this right here. The button background, button text, definitely put in all of your branding colors here for sure. And then we also have this content tab. So here is where you're actually going to customize what this email will say. So topic, make your customers curious, generally asking for reviews, and they have templates for each of these options, which I think is really nice. Okay, so here is where you can actually edit the email subject. Now you can also edit here the preview text, which is optional as well, and then the actual email content. And then down here you'll have the submit review section. So you'll have the rating title, the review title, again the email subject, photo submit button, all of these types of things. So obviously I definitely recommend going through all of this, and when you're done, just click save. Okay, now we can actually just exit out of this. So one more thing I want to point out here, of course, is the request dashboard. So here's where you're going to see all of that data. You can see scheduled, sent, opens, partially reviewed, reviewed, canceled, or error. That's really nice. And here in manual request, okay, you'll have to upgrade for this, unfortunately. But this is where you can automatically send review requests and collect reviews effortlessly by uploading a CSV of customer emails. So this discount tab here in collect reviews is actually one of my favorite features from this app. It allows you to basically give your customers a discount, give them a good deal. So I do recommend upgrading if you'd like to have that discount option there. And lastly, we have the review submission page. Here is actually very important. So we're going to actually customize the review submission page that our customers will see. So when we click customize here, when it loads, all right, so the first thing you can do here is to add a banner image. I'm not going to do that. Again, you'll have to add your branding colors here as well. And then here's where you can actually change that title right here. The description as well. Of course, you can add different variables too. But just make sure everything looks good here. There's a lot in terms of customization on this page. I'm just going to exit out, but once you finish your customizations, just be sure to click save. All right, so the next tab here is manage reviews. So here is your reviews dashboard. This is where you can manage all of your reviews in one place. So you can actually view by products or view by all of your reviews. You can definitely search and filter for keywords or search a specific review if you have one in mind. Now you can see all of these are published because it doesn't give me that option, right? But I can also delete a review, pin a review, and here I can also add verified badge or I can edit the review. So literally you can make this review say anything that you want. However, it's going to keep that 5-star rating, right? So go through these and let's say so this one, it's got 3 stars. Maybe let's just delete that one. We want really good reviews here. Again, a 1-star review, let's delete that one too. That kind of thing. Now, it'll give you all the reviews that you have here on your store. You can look at the published reviews here, and remember the only reason that there's only 8 published reviews and there's 46 reviews total. The reason for that is because I'm on the free plan, remember. So so that's a really great dashboard here. And then in this section here, of course, you'll have to upgrade, but you can actually use this Q&A to talk to your customers directly. So I think that's a really great feature too. So this tab here is called Show Reviews. So here we can customize how our reviews are going to look on our website. So you have a lot of things you can do here, a review box, star rating, review pop-up. Of course, you'll have to upgrade your plan for a couple of these here. But we do get a review badge and review tabs. Now, of course, I do think you should go through this just to include your star color, branding style, customer name, date format, that kind of thing. I'm not going to go through that because it is pretty self-explanatory. But for now, let's customize our review box. So in here, you can see how much customization there actually is for these widgets. So in this component visibility section, Basically, you're just going through things and telling it what you do or do not want your customers to see. So all of those things I want to keep included. So same thing here, you're going to go down the list and just click on what you want your customers to see. So for example, I want my customers to have a search box when they're searching for reviews. I think that's a good idea. They can search for keywords and things like that. Here, same thing, just go through these and make sure you don't want anything shown, or maybe you do want something shown. Definitely want to show that verified badge. And down here at the bottom, you can show the widget if there are no reviews. I'm just not going to show it because I don't think there's really a point in that. But it's, it's totally up to you, totally your preference. And of course, go through the style and appearance. So here in this overall layout, you can actually choose how it's going to look here. So again, this is kind of the same thing as before. You can have it as a list, as a grid, or just like a slider type of thing. All right, so if you filled this out earlier, you were able to add the icon shape and some branding colors too. You can make the section background different. I'm not going to do that. Bottom here under widget content, you can actually customize the individual text. So you can customize this text here. Like that obviously doesn't make any sense, but I just wanted to show you that you can customize every single part of this, which is super cool. Now, when you're done with everything, just go ahead and click Save up here. All right, now when you're done with that, you can just exit out of it. All right, and then another thing that you can do here with the free plan is the star rating. So let's go ahead and click Customize. So again, here you get the same thing, visibility, if you want to show the widget when there are no reviews, or maybe you want to show star rating detail, which obviously, yes, I do. Again, this was with the global settings. You can obviously always go back and change it. And then here, same thing, you can actually edit the individual, and here, same thing, you can actually edit the individual text. So again, when you're done with everything, just be sure to click Save. If you actually want this to be installed onto your Shopify store, you have to click this install button. Now, again, it'll ask you for a theme and it'll pull up the other themes that you have on your Shopify store. And then it's also going to ask you which page to put it on. Now, another thing here is this review pop-up. So this is where if a customer clicks on a review, this is the pop-up that they would be able to see. So you'd be able to customize this if you upgrade your plan. And I'll also show you that, for example, if you were to install any of these, this is how it would look. For example, we're going to install our review badge. So we'll click on that. Select a page. I do want it on our product pages, and we're just going to click Add Review Badge. All right, so it'll give you this option for auto translation. I definitely recommend turning this on because this will be in the buyer's browser language, right? It'll be in their own native language. You can also choose the language display method here, and this is just going to go through Google Translate. So you'll actually have to upgrade your plan, unfortunately, if you want to use their Claude AI. So here in these general settings, you'll be able to click on the language and the time zone. You'll have to upgrade for the email request review, and you can also change and customize your email notifications. Now here in this other tab is pricing. Of course, you'll be able to see which pricing plan you have and if you want to upgrade as well. And lastly, we'll go into integration. Now here in this integration tab, we're going to see all of Kudosi's third-party apps. So all of the apps that can integrate with this app. So now you can see 4 out of 5 of our steps were completed, and the only thing that wasn't was this translation option for Claude AI. All right, and that's our full walkthrough for today. One of the best review apps for Shopify if you're just getting started and want to quickly build trust and increase conversions. It's easy to use, has great customization options, and offers a lot of automation even on the free plan. So thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and drop a comment if you have any questions. Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for the next tutorial.